Homage is getting out of hand in the underground scene. It seems like every week there's a new upcoming artist that's just paying homage to an album less than 3 years ago or even 5 years ago. And in my opinion, it's just making the scene feel and look a whole lot more stale than usual. There's nothing wrong with paying homage when it's done in the right way. Time and time again, that's been proven. With Osama's debut album, he paid homage to a photo shoot by Playboi Carti, and it wasn't directly biting it, but he kind of put his own spin on it. And the photo shoot was like years ago, so it wasn't like Playboi Carti had this photo shoot and Osama instantly copied it. He kind of made it his own thing. And as time went on, it was funny at first, the whole homage thing, but now it's genuinely getting out of hand. Every week you go on Twitter, you see a new artist who you've never heard of before supposedly paying homage to either Playboi Carti or Osama or Netspend or whoever else is a relatively big name in music, and it just makes the scene look dry. And not only does it make the scene look dry, it gets old and it gets stale really fast. And part of the problem is I feel like everybody's trying to be an artist or a rapper or however you would name it. Truthfully speaking, not everybody can be a rapper. Not everybody could be the next Playboi Carti. Not everyone could be the next Osama. Just because you could put on a bass boosted beat, put on some auto-tune, and flow a little bit on a song does not mean that you are a true artist. I feel like the whole point of being a rapper or artist is to elevate your work or elevate your craft, push it further. And there could be elements that you take from previous artists before you, like whether you like the way how an artist flows. You could take that and mold it into your own way to push your own work further, not just fully bite it, replicate what they're doing and expect to blow up naturally that way. Because that's when you're being labeled a clone, and nobody likes being a clone. And people get really mad when you use that word clone or you're kind of biting someone else's flow, but it's been seen time and time again. And when you provide evidence to how they're cloning or how they're biting flows, they got nothing to say. And in my opinion, this is what's kind of making the underground kind of lose its spark. And I'm not saying the underground is dying. Everybody's saying that the underground is dying. It's not happening. It's actually pretty much bigger than it ever has been before. But it's making it lose its spark because the underground music scene used to be something that was completely different from the mainstream, and it is still different from the mainstream because people come to the underground to hear like different type of subgenres, right? Jerk, rage, but like a more kind of bass boosted, fine-tuned way in the underground scene, some kind of EDM elements too, or whatever subgenre you kind of personally like the underground for. And for the last like 2 years, everybody hopped on this whole lot of red flow with this kind of bass boosted beat, auto-tune, and now there's no sense of diversity at all in this scene. And sure, you have some outliers like Nine Vicious, you have Teezus, Xavier So Bass 2 with its jerk scene.
You gotta turn your auto all the way up there. Yeah,
And no one could sound like the artist before them. You could take inspiration and kind of make it your own spin or put your own style onto it, but you cannot be what has already been done. And I don't know if it's to a point where people are scared to try stuff new, but that's literally how different waves are made. Like during the Plug and B wave, Summers and Autumn and Can and them were trying something new and it worked. Now maybe your sound that you're trying may not blow up initially, but it takes time. Not everybody could blow up within a month or within one song that you see your favorite artist doing. Like Nine Vicious, he blew up off of one song. We don't know if he made other songs in the past, but it probably took him a long time to come up with that one song that really just took off for him. And unfortunately, paying homage to an album cover or a certain sound is not going to expedite your way to the top of the underground, because people are going to look at that and laugh. Sure, you might have the 1 or 2 people are like, oh man, this sounds really good to me, but majority of the people are going to just kind of hate on you. They're not going to fuck with what you got going on, and they're going to just see you as another clone. And if you're fine with being looked at as a clone, by all means go ahead and clone the next Osama album cover or the next Che album cover, whatever artist you like. Go ahead and do that, but you won't make a lasting impact with your music or in this scene. And most of the time when people are doing this paying homage thing, they're really just farming hate on themselves, and they're not going to make a lasting impact on the scene. And which, if you don't care to make a lasting impact on the music scene or with your own craft, go ahead, as I said, like do what you want to do. But if you actually want to have a serious career in the future, I suggest you start creating your own thing, and maybe people might fuck with it and you'll keep on going up slowly, but you'll actually be building a real fan base. Some of the examples like that I put at the beginning of the video, one of them was Apollo Red and his album cover, which paid homage to Lil Uzi Vert's EXO Tour Life. And I'm not here to hate on Apollo Red. I personally never listened to any of his music, so he might actually make really good tunes, but he's really known for only being Playboi Carti's cousin. He's not like his own artist yet, in my opinion. And maybe he really does have some diehard fans. Maybe you guys might go down and comment and call me like a loser. Oh, you don't know Apollo Red. I personally am not gonna go tune into him just because he paid homage to Lil Uzi Vert. And all I know him for being is Playboi Carti's cousin. Until I hear some good stuff about his music, I have no interest in going to look at Apollo Red's music. Some other guy I saw on Twitter also paid homage to Osama Sun's album cover. That album didn't release more than 3 years ago. So what are you, at what point is it really paying homage? Like, there's just no point in doing that. Because the average listener or the average person is gonna see that, laugh at it, and scroll past it. So you're really not gaining any real publicity off of this homage thing either. It's just, you're kind of the joke for the week. People might go listen to your music, that's a high might, and then it's done. Like, what else is after that? And I just want to reiterate again, there is nothing wrong with taking inspiration from a previous artist or a previous album cover, because art is out there for you to interpret it your own way, take inspiration into your own art, and put your own spins on it. It just gets annoying when artists are genuinely just ripping whatever worked for one artist and trying it for their own self, because it feels cheap in a way. That's like if Che went up to Whole Lotta Red, ripped everything that worked on that album all the way down to the cover art, repackaged it as Rest in Bass, and put it out. He didn't do that. He took inspiration from Whole Lotta Red, whether it be heavy inspiration, yeah, that's up to the listener, but he put his own spin on it so it doesn't sound like a complete clone of Whole Lotta Red. He took influence from that project. Because I guarantee you, the reception to that album would be a whole lot more negative if he just straight up ripped Whole Lotta Red. People are genuinely calling this Che's new sound. They're not just saying, oh, it's a Cardi bite or anything. So I make this video once again to reiterate my previous points. Do not be scared of being creative. This entire scene was built off creativity. People come to the underground scene because they can't find what they're looking for in the mainstream scene. The mainstream scene is quite literally boring to most underground listeners. They don't want to go put on J. Cole. They don't want to go put on Drake because most of that stuff sounds the same to them. They come to the scene because stuff is going to be different. The presets are going to be different. The way how artists use their voice are going to be way different. But if everybody just keeps on cloning what works for the next person, it's going to turn into the next mainstream. Everything's going to sound like cookie cutter garbage. Everybody just puts on bass boosted, distorted 808s and auto-tune and calls it a song or a project. And as we're ending off 2025, I really hope 2026 breathes new light into the underground scene, because right now I feel like it's overly stale, it's overly stagnant, and no artist really wants to elevate and find their own thing that they're doing. The underground mainstream artists already have their fan base. They could switch up and go even more bass boosted, even more distorted, and their fans are going to eat that up. Newer artists cannot afford to do that. You have to be offering something new. You have to be interesting in some way. Like an artist like Until Japan. Look how far he's grown, and he hasn't paid any homage to Osama Sun or Cardi or Uzi or any of the big names. He has done his own thing, and he's blowing up organically. And his sound is different. Same with Xavier Sobase. He's still steadily growing, but he sounds like no one else in the scene. And you see how well that works for him. Now, that doesn't mean go clone Xavier Sobase, but take inspiration and mold into your own thing. Don't just look up jerk type beat and rap on that because it works for someone else. But I think that's where I'm going to leave it off. The moral of the story, be creative. Be creative with your art if you really care about it. Now, with all that being said, make sure y'all go follow my IG. I just linked that in my channel bio, and I'm going to put it in the description because I want to start talking to more of y'all and start making videos that you guys actually want to see. I'm thinking about making a Discord. That way you guys could actually give me questions or hot takes or anything that you guys want to do. But yeah, other than that, it's Eli, and I'm out. Peace.